Let's open our phones and our Bibles. For a young generation, let's open our phones. For the older generation, let's open our Bibles. The book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 14. How then will they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how are they to believe in him of whom they have never heard? And how are they to hear without someone preaching? And how are they to preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news. But they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah said, Lord, who has believed what he has heard from us? So faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. There are opportunities that you have and you take it for granted. But you can log in and read the Bible. From your phones, your tablets, your computers, and you have an opportunity of the printed Bible that you can read. You can stay at your comfort, at home, and log in service on Sunday. But that is not the same. There are people that need to believe, but they don't know who to believe. There are people who need to hear, but they don't have that opportunity. How can they believe if someone cannot tell them? How can they hear if we cannot share? And how can they preach unless someone is sent? Thank God, 60 years ago, this church sent out 2 missionaries, Tilly Anderson and Malcolm Hunter. Through that, there are people today who are sharing the same gospel. And the Lord promises us how beautiful are the feet of those who preach the good news. Faith comes by hearing, and hearing God's word. Hearing those audios. And people come and tell you, tell me more about Jesus. A few months ago, I went to Hud, and I asked those guys, those warriors, do you know about Jesus? And they said, I'm also new here. He has not come here. Do you know where he lives? I'm also new here. So nobody knows Jesus. He is not part of us here. Even the name Jesus, people don't know. One day I was riding a motorbike, and then in the midst of somewhere, I meet a young guy seated under a tree, listening to the audio Bible. I switch off the engine of a motorbike and ask him, do you know what you're listening? He said, no, but there's a man that everybody mentioned in this radio. His name is Jesus. Do you know him? I'm sure you know him because you went to school. Do you know him? Can you tell me more about it? Doesn't that look like an Ethiopian eunuch? I took time under the tree sharing about Jesus with him, and he told me, can you stay with us overnight and tell us more about this Jesus? I don't have watch, I have time. Guess what I did? I stayed with them overnight, continually sharing with them about Jesus. Opportunities are there to share the gospel. But how can they hear if we who knows him don't share the love of Jesus? Not only in Africa, but even in Bath, there are many people who don't know Jesus. You don't need to come out to the mission field. The mission field is coming to you. The mission field is coming back to you. If you are a student in university, the mission field is right there. Even in Bath. How can they know? How can they hear if we don't tell them? So it's a challenge for each one of us, even in the market, even in public bus. One thing I've realized while I was here, people don't talk to each other. Not in Kenya. We immediately talk to each other. How can they hear without someone preaching to them? So as you think of the field that's coming to you. Many Africans are coming to Europe. Many Africans are coming to West. The mission field is right at your door. I want to challenge each one of you. When the mission field comes to you, take that opportunity to share Jesus. And if God gives you time and energy and resources to come and join us in the field, maybe in Kenya, maybe in Namibia, maybe in Cote d'Ivoire, maybe in South Africa, Asia, Arab countries, use that opportunity and invest your time, your energy, and your resources. Maybe you don't have time to go. You can support someone who's already in the field. If you don't have time to go or you don't have energy to go, you can connect with what's happening in the field. May God bless you. But just remember, faith comes by hearing and hearing God's word. God bless you.